Happy Monday, boys. Cole here. You know who doesn't care that it's Monday? I don't care that it's Monday. Sharks don't care that it's Monday. So here's another Sharks Don't Care episode. If this is your first time tuning in, you're going mobile with me. Everybody's going mobile with me today. And for those that don't know me, my name's Cole, like I said, and I'm the founder, lead follower of SOM. I've got to keep my eyes on the road, boys. What are we going to talk about today? First and foremost, the why behind these little videos is to give you just a kick in the ass, right? Don't bookend your weeks, gents. Not Monday and Friday. We created the calendar. We created time, just like a lot of people create upper limits, ceilings, self-imposed limitations. That's why so many people exist and don't live, and then they'll find a freaking excuse about everything. But that's not us. And that's not what I'm talking about today. Have you ever broke a promise? I know I have. You know, the greatest promise that most people break is with themselves. And let me explain where this is coming from. And I'll never do it again, because when you break promises with yourself, even the small ones, even getting up maybe at 5:30 in the morning to go for a 30-minute jog, but you decide to hit that snooze button and go back to dreamland. You just broke a promise with yourself. You lowered your self-worth, right? But this is where I'm going with it. Myself and some hellish warriors in the SOM, some of the most just outstanding men you would ever meet, who embody our ethos, who make each other better. We all signed up for an Ironman in Galveston, Texas. Well, guess what? COVID happened. During your darkest times, your depth of resourcefulness will be tested. And that's what happened to us. And I'm one of those guys that if you tell me I can't do something, I'm going to show you, and more importantly, myself, that I can, but I'm going to figure it out. Figure it out. Because that greatest resource that we have is resourcefulness. So what we decided to do when it all went down, when COVID-19, was create Iron Som. We found a local course, created that course, and it was a bitch. Just did it yesterday. It was 20 times harder than Galveston. But the most important thing that we did was keep that promise with ourselves. We didn't break that contract per se that we signed with ourselves. And there is a difference between achievement and fulfillment. Let me explain that too. So many people are in it for the shiny objects. A lot of people have been made worse in our society through the entitlement, through the 9th place ribbons. So you have a false sense of worth, to be totally candid. So when you are actually put in a adverse situation, you really don't rise to the top. You rise, honestly, to the ceiling that you've been placed, that 9th place, if you will. So we go out to the course. It's full of hills. Galveston's flat. Water temps in the mid-50s. Nice and chilly. We get on the hills, start cranking it out, man, and that's where you start going to the dark places. You know, things change. If you're training for riding on a flat road and then you go to a mountainous or hilly environment, trust me, that mind's going to start playing tricks. That Billy the Bully, that narrator comes up. But at the end of the day, when it got really fucking dark, it's when your promise was tested. And were we either going to break that promise with ourselves, or were we going to keep it? We kept it. We completed it. No matter how bad it hurt, we found an excuse to win. And that's what I'm challenging you with this week. Just because you might be faced with adversity, I don't care what it is, figure it out. Just because you might be faced with failure and you don't know what the next step is, take the next step. Figure it out. You've been training on the flat roads and then you're getting thrown into hills, figure it out. The point is, you are the answer. That's all it is. You are the answer. And we did not do it, and this is where I was going with the achievement versus fulfillment. I don't give a shit about a medal. That shit doesn't motivate me, but what I do care about is fulfillment. I do care about knowing that today, this Monday, is my mom's last day of chemo. So do you think I was going to throw in the towel, wave the white flag? Hell no. No, I was fulfilled the entire day. Now, I'm not going to rest on that victory, but I knew that by going into the mouth of the beast, into the belly of the beast, not saying, you know what, Iron Man canceled it, so fuck it, I'm just going to lay on the couch or go back to my little routine. Screw that, man. Screw that. We could have had every excuse to not do it, but we did it. We found fulfillment. We had a deep burning desire to push forward even through the adverse moments. We had people in our life like my mom that were imprinted on our hearts. So when I hear people say, and this is what pisses me off, and they start making excuse after excuse after excuse and breaking promise after promise after promise. Newsflash. Your self-worth is bankrupt at that point. And it takes a tremendous amount of energy, tremendous amount of effort to bring it back up. So that is your goal this week, Shark. Don't break promises with yourself. Keep them. That's it from me, gents. Find an excuse to win. Aru.